Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. DrAce challenge number 5 is right here, and it's going to be on the Ducati Super Naked V4S in Valencia. So here we are in the track in question, that is Valencia, and we are on the bike in question, which is the Ducati Super Naked V4S. Now I used this bike a while ago. I think it was on the Daytona race, or it was something similar to that. I think it was in one of those game modes, and I really enjoyed it. I think this Ducati is fantastic. It is very powerful. It is quite deceiving. It looks quite powerful, but it's even more powerful than you actually feel. So definitely take this one steady, enjoy the track, enjoy the feeling of the bike, and then begin to push is what I would recommend. I did find that jumping on this bike and absolutely throttling it and just throwing it everywhere, you found that your braking markers would be off and you'd be wheeling quite a lot. This bike loves to wheelie, so just bear that in mind. So before things go all hectic and tense and all stressful because the lap times will be coming in dead fast, I just want to say a big thank you to every single DrAce supporter who's been following this channel and who's been following this series, because I have really enjoyed doing these time trial events for you. It's quite stressful on a Sunday or a Friday night whenever I get a chance to actually do these world record lap times, because I know I have to get at least close enough to the top spot to make this interesting, and I'm trying to get it all done and get it this video created for you guys. So yeah, I want to say a big thank you for everyone who participates. It certainly makes my Tuesdays more interesting. I'm really enjoying all the feedback and the participation, so big thank you to you all. Now we'll complete our very first lap time and let's see what we get. So our lap time is a 1:29.1, and that is not going to be enough for the world record, so we need to get back to it, I would say. Concentrate on the lap. We've done our little sort of endurance style relaxed lap. So of course on endurance laps you don't do gung-ho all the way. You'll take it easy. And speaking of endurance, actually you do have an endurance video coming up this week. The MV Augusta that has been requested is coming soon, so stay on board for that one if you're looking forward to an endurance race. Now as we come out of turn 5, a little bit of a slide there on the Ducati and a little bit of a wheelie, so be careful. And for some reason, this bike feels like it can brake late. It can't. Every time I've tried to brake late in this one, I go wide. And there's a lot of low side crashes, so I'm trying to recorrect, as if this one. I'm just trying to push too hard. This bike does not do late brakes very well. I tend to find braking earlier is a little bit easier. Now I did try messing around and changing to an aggressive brake, but it didn't work for me. I found it was too aggressive, so then I was dropping it in the corners. Of course, fiddle around with those at your pleasure and see how you get on, but for me, I left pretty much everything standard, everything preset. I couldn't really get him on board with the aggressive style of the acceleration or the aggressive style of the braking. So this lap will be invalidated, but it's good to see where we would end up if this was a decent lap. And this is not a decent lap, it's worse than the 1:29. So at this point I'm still running a hard front tyre and a medium rear, and I found that was a decent combination to start off with. I'm going to change it later on and try a couple of more combinations out, but for the time being I found that was a decent setup. Now I always tend to go for a harder braking style because I do brake very late sometimes and I do brake very hard, so therefore a soft option tyre just heats up too quickly for me and doesn't offer that same amount of grip that a harder or a medium tyre would have. Well, flicking it right now for turn 5, make sure you get into the apex there so you can then line it up for the next rumble strip. You're going to be braking here earlier than you think. Now for the Angel Nieto corner, I braked too late in that corner, too many times that I'm prepared to admit. And I think that's because I had the MotoGP bikes in my mind, and this bike is certainly not a MotoGP bike, so you cannot brake as late as those guys can. But we do navigate turn 8 quite nicely, turn 9 upon us now. Get ready to flick it right for turn 10. Brake here, but gentle. Continue braking gently, but the way I did this was a little bit unorthodox. You're going to be braking backwards, but also pushing a little bit right on the analog stick. And that will give you a nice feeling of braking into the corner, but without leaning over too much, or without just leaning full back. So this is a damn decent lap so far. I don't think it's going to be the record, but we could get close. So fingers crossed, we can give it everything we've gone across this line now. No wheelie, the rear tyre is glowing. Do we get the lap time? We certainly do. It's a 1:27.902. So that for me is a damn decent lap. That is the world record. But it's not safe. The guys in the Discord servers are just bloody fast, so I'm guessing that lap time would be decimated. So we need to fight back and give this an even better lap. Give the advantage to myself, nice and cozy, so that I don't have to panic about you guys like SacredMeerkat, Fuchs, Sacho, everyone else just coming in and just whooping my ass. So that's not going to happen. We're going to do it here. We're going to try and get the best lap time we can. But this lap time, actually, I'm a little bit behind, as you can see. And usually, for myself, and I think a lot of us time trial enthusiasts, would say, you know what, I'm behind, let's just restart the lap. But I gave it another shot, and I wanted to stay with the Ace Ghost, that is, and just see where I was going better and where I was not going better. Because I had currently changed the tyres now, and I completely flipped them round to a medium front and a hard rear. Because I just couldn't find that same amount of consistency again. I tried so many tyres and I tried so many different combinations of tyres that I ended up just losing my confidence and just losing the interest of trying to use those particular tyres. So I changed it to a medium front and a hard rear, and even though I looked slower, I ultimately came back and done a much cleaner lap. So sometimes when you are doing these time trial races, you need to remember that it's all about consistency, smoothness, and getting that perfect lap. Because it's all well and good if I can go 3 seconds up in one corner, but then lose it all towards the end because I'm out of shape. At least here with this one, I found that I was much more smooth, I was more confident, and I was enjoying it a lot more. And I think this is where I've developed quite a friendship with this Ducati Super Naked V4S RM. I love it, I really do now, because I treated it gently and just gave it a nice shot. We went for a little stroll around Valencia and it was bloody good. I loved it. And into the Angel Nieto corner for the 4th time, was probably like the 19th time after every other time I've crashed and restarted. But everything feels better. And I love entering into turn 8 for the Bernat Martinez. It's just so good. And this bike feels superb for this bike. I'm going to say it feels super. Super Naked V4S. It feels super. Cringe. Now into turn 11. A little bit too eager on the acceleration there. So as I said earlier, be careful with the acceleration on the Super Naked. We're going to be neck and neck here with the DrAce Ghost. I must say that is a damn fine Ghost if I ever did see one. Also rocking the Chaz Davis helmet. Braking into turn 13. The tyres are glowing a bit red, glowing a bit yellowish, orange. Accelerating out for lap 4. Is this going to be a good lap? Can we improve from the 127.769? We do! To 127.668. Braking into turn 1 again, as you can see. No restarts. Consistency is key. Still on board this Ducati. Still enjoying it. The tyres are a bit rough, but at the same time, I think we'll be okay. That's a beautiful tight apex there. A little bit too tight, but it's fine. It still counts. Up by 1/10 of a second. Braking into the Nico Tyrrell corner for turn 4. Onto the rumble strip we go. A little bit to the right here to turn 5. Holding that throttle, holding it and then firing out. Coming into the entry of turn 6. Braking early, but not early enough for my liking. Could have been earlier there. Brake usually when you see the rumble strip. Flick it over left now for the Curva de la Fission. Hold it left again for Bernat Martinez. A little bit wide there, but you can get a nice V-shaped line and then fire it towards the next corner. And as you can see, we do actually end up closing up on the Ghost here. Not by a lot, but it's getting closer and closer by holding a tighter line. So I think I'm going to incorporate this more often in my videos, or at least for my own time trial sake. Just continue the laps, keep going. Even if it looks like you made a mistake, keep going, because you don't know what's going to happen towards the end of the lap. And as you can see, we're neck and neck with the Ghost. Almost touched the grass there. Flicking it left. The tyres are glowing. Tyres are not looking good at all. We'll give it one more shot, and unfortunately, we didn't quite beat it. But it's damn well worth an opportunity to see if we could. So those are the final results for me. Those are my 6 lap times, or 6 completed valid lap times. And as you can see, classic DrAce style. The same sector times in multiple laps. And the sector times don't variate very often. They're only by 1/10 in 2 here. And I love that. I'm so proud of my consistency. I aim to be a consistent rider that looks smooth, that looks concise. I love it. So for me, I'm really happy with that one. So guys, over to you. The gauntlet has been set. The time to beat is a 127.668. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you haven't done already. It's the best way to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. And upon that note guys, thank you very much for watching and I will see you next time. Ciao for now. Oh hi! Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now, with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.